It all began in 1938 with the birth of Bagh Singh Rajpurohit. Although he was born the last amongst his siblings, he was the first one to go to college. The turning point in his life came with his admission to study polymer technology in UDCT, now ICT, and later undertake a course in chemical engineering in the UK. While he enjoyed academia, the entrepreneurial fire in him made him return to India in 1961 to start his own company after a very short stint in Calico Mills. Starting operations from a small shed in 1964, he built his company with skill and ingenuity that established FRP, Fiber Reinforced Plastics in India. His ingenuity is best spoken about by Professor M.M. Sharma, who illustrates with an example. The manufacturing of a vessel measuring 1.5 meter in diameter that needed to handle acidic and alkaline conditions. This was possible with only a polypropylene vessel, but to handle the volume weight, it could be strengthened with FRP.
In those days, you did not get ready-made polypropylene sheets on which you could put fiberglass reinforcement. That is, you could put the glass mat and put the resin and all. So he did something very original, not written in textbooks anywhere, that he flame activated the polypropylene shell, outer shell, and then and that equipment worked like a charm. And the product that Aura Chemicals made out of that equipment was the most outstanding product in the textile auxiliary, and no competitor had a product of that quality. And that became one of the trump cards of that company. The reason why I'm mentioning this to you is that ingenious solutions were arrived at when textbook solutions didn't exist.
The adrenaline rush is always about scale, but acquiring scale gets tougher as equipment gets bigger and more complex, and manufacturing becomes difficult. But that didn't stop Bagh Singh Rajpurohit to manufacture the first FRP electrolytic cooler or attempting a 200 cubic meter tank for hydrochloric acid, or managing to supply close to 300 electrostatic precipitators across the globe. His client at that time, Mr. Venkat Ramanan, sums up his views.
No, I think he was a visionary. I mean, I would think more about what he did. He was had a real visionary to introduce FRP into India, for the chemical industry. So he was truly a pioneer. And I think those were the days of real make in India.
Mr. Gopalakrishnan, one of his first clients, explains the core behind Mr. Rajpurohit's success.
The key thing which Mr. Rajpurohit imbibed into is never compromise on quality and never compromise on ethics. Never compromise in ethics.
Dr. Mashelkar remembers his early research days after graduating from ICT. He needed a bubble column for an ambitious experiment for which there weren't any resources. His mentor then introduced him to Mr. Rajpurohit, a senior from ICT, who had just started a company to manufacture FRP equipment. Mr. Rajpurohit readily helped him to successfully build the equipment, and to his amazement, it was given free of charge. Mr. Rajpurohit's passion and generosity was a starting point to a great relationship with Dr. Mashelkar, who continued his journey to receive many honorary doctorates and recognition from across the world. He tributes.
As a chemical engineer, one feels proud, but I think he goes far beyond chemical engineering. I think I would rate him as one of the finest human beings that one has met, and that's what makes it special. They say individuals go, but institutions stay. To me, Rajpurohit is an institution.
For all his achievements, his countenance is sage. He says, "God has been kind to me."